So the first topic we're gonna talk about, we gotta talk about this guy, man. I mean, we gotta talk about the reigning MVP. MB is back. Now, he came back at the perfect time, if you ask me. When the injury first happened, it was a lot of skepticism as whether he's gonna come back, whether he's gonna be himself when he come back. Is he gonna require surgery? Should they keep him? Should they let him sit out? Should they bring him back? It was a lot of that going on. And, you know, I've learned, you can't really put a timetable on these injuries nowadays because the technology is just absurd now. Like, guys are bouncing back from injuries that normally took like months and even a whole year. Like, they're bouncing back way sooner than what you would expect. And MB is back. I didn't expect him to come back. Like now, I thought he would be back maybe like 2 games before the playoffs, 3 games before the playoffs. But this is a perfect time for him because the Sixers are currently, excuse me, guys, are currently fighting still. They're right there. They're in the play-in at 8th, but they have a chance to still get in the top 6. Since Embiid's been back, they are 2-0. He's been playing solid basketball. He hasn't been putting up his 30 pieces, things of that nature. But the biggest thing for me, having Embiid back, it's going to elevate Maxey again. We've seen Maxey without Embiid. He has some good games. He has some bad games. I feel like that helped him a lot. Also, the Sixers have played games without Maxey. Tobias Harris, Kelly Oubre, those guys have had to step up. You have new additions of guys like Cameron Payne, who's been playing pretty solid for this team. He is a guy that played with the Suns when they went to the finals, so he has some playoff experience. He has some winning pedigree there, so I like that. I think that the Sixers having Embiid back gives them a shot, man. Embiid, like I said, he hasn't been putting up 35, 40 pieces, but who expected him to come back dropping 40? What he's doing already is good enough to me. First game back, he had 24 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, shot 42% from the field, had 3 steals. He did have 6 turnovers, but that's rust. Not on the court all that time. I expect you to make a couple mistakes. I expect you to not go out there and just hit the ground running. You need a couple games, you need some reps to get back up so you can really get up to speed to back to where you was, because his second game was even better. 29 points, 3 assists, 4 rebounds, only 1 turnover, and he shot 50% from 3 and 44% from the field. His free throw percentage, 100%, 80% is there still. He still has a shooting touch. The thing is, Embiid is a guy that garnishes so much attention. He's a guy that's just in the middle of the floor. That's where he loves to operate, in the middle of the floor, right there in the mid post, and you cannot leave him there. You have to send help. You have to send someone there, and when you send help to the middle of the floor, it just opens up everything else out there on the floor. And B has shown, that he is a good passer. He is a guy that will get his guys involved. He's a guy that, he would drop the 40 piece, but if you leave a guys open, he's gonna hit them. And a guy like Maxey, like this, their first game back, is scary, man. Very scary. Both Maxey, 31 points, 11 assists, 9 rebounds. Embiid, 29 points. I already read Embiid stats, but I feel like Maxey is like, Embiid's back, so his foot is really on the gas. His foot is really, really on the gas. He knows that he has to pretty much pick up the slack. He got to help Embiid get back into his groove, like how I remember, I think it was last year, the year before last, Embiid was telling Maxey, bro, shoot the ball, shoot the 3. You a bucket, like shoot. And I feel like this is the same thing with Maxey with Embiid in reverse roles. He like, yo, because I read an article with Embiid saying, it took a toll on him mentally when he was out, because I never played in the NBA or nothing, but I do play basketball myself. I play in summer leagues and that nature and all that kind of stuff. And one year, I had dislocated my elbow and I had to sit out. And I can agree with Embiid. It does mess with your confidence a little bit. It is a mental hurdle that you have to get over. But that comes with reps. You getting out there balling, playing your game. And I feel like Embiid will be back for sure. But I feel like it does a lot more for everybody else around him, man. Like Embiid gonna get his. I feel like regardless because he garnishes a lot of attention. He's gonna get to the free throw line, and that mid range is still there. Kelly Oubre had a big game stepping up, and like I said, Tyrese Maxey being plus 26 is crazy. I'm gonna check out these comments right quick. I like how they combine with 51 shots. Yes, Joe, I definitely agree with that. Both of them shot 25 plus shots. And B shot 25, Maxey 26. That's how it should be. They have to lead the way. They didn't have Tobias Harris last game, and they still beat the Heat. You know, even though the Heat didn't have a couple of pieces, but the Heat have had Bam has had Embiid number. Like he hasn't beat Bam in a while. I think it hasn't beat Bam in a while. And hey man, they got it done. So I feel like the Embiid being back gives this team a shot, man. And it's crazy because I just came out with who I think was gonna win. who I think is gonna be where in the standings. And it's like the NBA be listening to your boy, man. They be going at me, man. They be going at me. I talk about the Sixers probably won't get it. They probably won't get out the play. And B come back looking sweet. Maxey and him dropping 50. You know, I talk about Devin Booker and I'm not doing it. He come back cooking. Like, it's been ridiculous. But that's the NBA, man. You got to love it. Big win versus Miami. Yes, Joe, I definitely agree with that. Maxey and Oubre closed the game too. Yes, they did. And that's what Embiid needs. He needs to know that his team can ball with him as well. Like, I mean, they're not on his level as far as dropping 40 every night, but he has help. He has guys that can put the ball in the basket and help him out a bit. He doesn't have to shoulder all the responsibility of putting the buckets on the board. So this is with Embiid coming back, they have a shot. You know, they have a shot to actually get up out of these that play-in, you know. And this actually will segue me into the next topic, which is, you know, we're going to actually talk